Hey, this is Troutbitten Tips. Let's do something different today. Let's think about getting on the water fast, because I don't know any angler who really likes wasting time right here. But we all realize that there's a lot of steps, there's a lot of things we have to do before a trip to finally get our boots in the water and we're making that first cast. And really after a trip too, to kind of wrap it all up, put things away. But it does take a lot of time on the water, a lot of trips, a lot of years of fishing before you kind of develop your own system. I can kind of try to shorten the learning curve here by showing you some of the things that work for me. And then I'll show you a couple things that I really don't think work for anybody in terms of actually saving time. And that's what we want to do. So the guys and I, we get a lot of questions, and we did a full podcast about pre-trip efficiencies. I've also written a bunch of articles on the Troutbitten website about all the things that it takes to kind of have a life on the water. And Josh and I have done videos about, you know, how you lay out the vest or a pack to kind of keep things organized and efficient. That's the key word. And we did even wading belt carrying system, where we put all the heavy stuff kind of on the belt. But we've never done waders on, waders off, boot storage, and rod storage. But it matters. Are you ready? Here we go. So I told you there's a few things that people do that don't necessarily make a whole lot of sense to me. I see this a lot. You know, you're gonna make yourself this whole area where you can put your waders on. Now this is grass. We got a grassy area here. But a lot of times we're putting our waders on in a muddy area, if it's raining, sometimes it's snow, you know, and I can do all that work. And okay, I kept my feet dry, but then, oh, now I gotta put that away and it's muddy or snowy. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Also, like the Sims taco bag, sorry Sims, but that doesn't make a lot of sense to me, because you kind of have that same problem I just mentioned, and you also have, you're putting all your wet stuff inside the bag. That you're just making more work for yourself later. I'll show you what I'd like to do a lot differently. Here's the other thing. This one, whatever, you're gonna do things your own way, right? But this is one I see a lot too. And then you can put your drink in there. And you can do all this work right here. Get yourself a nice snack table. Maybe a drink bar right there. It's all right. Anyway, if you like doing this, don't let me tell you otherwise, right? But I don't want to do this. I just want to go fishing. So I don't use the chair. Let me break this down. How does that work? I never know how to do this. There we go. Let's not use this. Get my big muddy carpet wrapped up. Let's not do that. So I get the point. You're trying to keep your feet dry, not messy. Here's how I'm gonna do it. Getting the wading boots out. My wading boots never really dry out, I'll tell you that. All right, boots out. Waders. Does this seem silly showing you how to put your waders on? But we're gonna go 1 foot at a time. 1 foot, and now it's gonna be in the boot. I should point out too, you see my shoes? Austin makes fun of my shoes all the time. My buddy Austin. They don't have to be the Keen sandals that I've been wearing for 5 years, and this is like my second pair. But something that I can slip out of real easily, because that's the point. I don't want to have to be untying shoes right there, right? There we go. And I can even put my foot down there. I haven't put the stocking feet or my socks on the mud, if it was muddy. Now, of course, I'm gonna tie them up. You know, there's nothing special about the way I lace up boots. Cool. Sometimes I'll even do that. Cool. Again, nothing special about how I'm lacing up boots. I usually do double knot them, but I didn't there. Okay, boots on. Anyway, now's when I care about putting the straps up. And let's say we'll put the belt on. Shoes in the bin. Talk about that in a minute. Let's look at the fly rod. So we have done a full video on this. think we did 2 videos that apply. So that's the Smith Creek rod rack. That's my favorite way to do it. You can have a rod vault on top. You could just have the rod broken down like this and kind of lay it in your car. The point is, I just want my rod already assembled. The line's even on there. I'm not using a rod tube and a rod sock and kind of wasting time that way. Everything's ready to go. We did a video on the Smith Creek rod rack. That's a great thing. We also did a video on this, what I'm doing right here. This is what we call splitting the rod. You can see the lines already strung through the guides, and the fly's attached too. And right now, I could make my first cast. So I'm ready. Now again, you could put that on top of the vehicle in a rod rack. Those are great, the rod vaults I mean. Those are great. I don't have one. I couldn't fit in some parking garages with this vehicle if I had the rod tubes up top. And then even in the wintertime, you think about it, you get some water on here, it's gonna ice over the rod, you'll get ice in the guides and things like that. I do fish a lot in the winter. Let's say the vehicle is outside and you got your rods up in that rod vault, they're gonna ice over. And then you gotta de-ice them at some point, so you gotta take them out of there. For me, I just like having it in the vehicle, no big deal. We do have a full video on exactly what I'm doing here, but now I can break it down, reel this up, and store it very efficiently at the end of the day. And as I'm driving home too, if it does have any ice on it, like in the winter, of course it can thaw out. I like having the rods inside the vehicle. You can splice all that together. But I have them, well, I got 3 rods here, ready to go. That's the thing, just saving time. All this stuff matters a lot to me. Hey, this video is sponsored by our good friends over at Trout Routes. Trout Routes is an angler's app. It really starts with, it's mapping software. It's the best mapping software out there. And then Trout Routes aggregates a bunch of data from like state agencies about the trout that are in the river, whether they're wild trout, how many wild trout are in there, whether they're stock trout, what are the special regulations, or what are the overall general regulations, access points, public access. They'll link you kind of the next fly shop sometimes, or a nearby fly shop. Water data, like temperatures and levels, all those things are really valuable. It's not a spot burning app, doesn't have any social media component. It's just for anglers who fish hard. And it's really kind of a lot like what a guidebook was for all those years. We all used guidebooks, I still do. But the Trout Routes app really does a lot of those things for me. It has a lot of that information. And I find myself using the Trout Routes app more and more, when I'm going to new watersheds. But really, I've been looking at it even just to find spots that, unbelievably, really, I've never found in some of my home watersheds. So you can use the code Troutbitten for 20% off your pro membership at maps.troutroutes.com. Thanks, everybody. Right there. So it's the end of the day. Time to take the waders off. Now they're wet. Waders will be wet. Here's what I'm going to do. This comes down first. Take your straps off first. Shoes are coming out. Again, this is why I don't need the carpet, because my feet, even my wader stocking feet, are never going to touch the ground. And sometimes you're going to have a grassy ground. That's nice. But lots of times you're going to have mud and, again, snow, wet conditions. Unlace that and unlace this. So both are unlaced, right? Now, 1 foot out, and then right here, I'm stepping on that. I am shocked how many people don't know this. I'm stepping on my stocking foot so I can just pull my foot out. I don't know why that's such a big deal to people. Now I'm just gonna do the process again here, kick that aside, stepping, pulling it out. Now, the waders too, this is all kind of, it seems incidental, but I don't want those in that muddy mess. So they've never hit the ground. Last thing, this is important to me too. Say the waders are all wet. I'm gonna roll them up with the wet side first. They won't leak that way. Of course, when you get them home, you're gonna hang them up somewhere to dry. I will say if it's summertime, I don't roll them up that way. If it's summertime, and let's say I did sweat in my waders quite a bit because I wasn't wet wading, I'll turn the waders completely inside out and then hang them up. But yeah, rolling them up like this, you're keeping all the water where you want it, not in your vehicle leaking around. That's good. Seriously, you can put them almost wherever you want right here. So there you go. Now, last thing, this is important to me. You can see I've used this a lot. My buddy Bill Dell gave this to me. Before, I'd have like a Rubbermaid container. You want some kind of plastic container that I don't want it to have a lid, honestly. And I'm gonna take my wet, perhaps muddy, sometimes snowy wading boots, put them right here. They can start drying out on the way home. It doesn't make sense to me to kind of trap them inside a bag where they can't breathe. And seriously, then when I get home, I don't have anything to do. If I'm lucky enough to, not have to unpack, I often will. Josh knows, I always have my hatch up. And then of course I'm gonna hang these up. That's all I have to do. I don't have to take stuff out of a wet bag or deal with that wet carpet or put my chair away or anything like that. So that's about it. I do want to mention one more thing. If you are lucky enough to be able to choose your vehicle for fishing, pick something that has this hatch. Not only the hatch, but one that you can stand under. Obviously this vehicle's tall enough and I'm short enough that I could fit right under there. I can't tell you how many times I've done that process right here, staying dry while it's raining. Or, lots of times. It just gives you an awning. You can sit here. It's a nice way to do things if you can have that hatch. Obviously too, I just like having all this room back here in an SUV kind of style vehicle. I will say, if you take this stuff kind of seriously, you just find your own system. If you save time here, you just have more fishing time, and that's what we all want. I think that'll work for you. Fish hard, friends. Have fun out there.